Let's get started with our Allogram section. Guys, this section is where I go into the IRGC group chats, gather messages that are indicative of the mood regime supporters, and I'll show you guys. The first one is comparing the Islamic Republic to the Soviet Union. One of the regime supporters says, "We are exactly like the Soviet Union before it collapsed. The American dream of the people, the love of the state, the economy is exploding." Okay, that end part is actually a little bit off for the translations. Can you read that second line for us, please?
رویای آمریکایی مردم عشق لواطی اقتصاد ترکیده عشق مذاکره آقایون وفاقی. Okay, so basically, I think he said, I don't know what the word is, but I think he's saying that the dream of the Americans are, oh, yeah, so there is people who are in love with degeneracy. So this is all of America's dream of coming true. We have a country with people that are interested in degeneracy. Our economy is destroyed, and people are in love with negotiation, and we have people in charge who are basically want to try to compromise to the Americans.
Yeah.
This is the situation we're in, just like the Soviet before the collapse. You know what? The Soviets had nukes. You don't have nukes. So there's a big difference. They collapsed. The Soviet Union collapsed under economic pressure while they had nukes. So you don't even have that. So good luck, I guess.
Yeah. Armin, don't focus on the small details like nukes or not nukes. Their situation is largely the same. And then we'll have the second one for you guys. This is a increasing rhetoric, one that was already existing, but it's coming back on the limelight. So Farce News, which is the IRGC state media, they posted the Russians are testing a giant nuclear submarine, et cetera, et cetera. And then that has sparked a lot of discussion over the past day, a couple of days, that regime supporters are saying, wait, why don't we do that? The only way to escape this situation and the only way to avoid war is to build an atomic bomb and announce it to the world. And then if they continue to be aggressive towards us, we're going to test that bomb in Israel. Cinema.
This guy.
Nowhere else will you ever be able to find things like this. This is one of the only countries in the world that will openly discuss this on political discussions. We need to test nuclear weapons on Israel. We need to build nuclear bombs. We need to do it. That's the only way we'll escape war.
It doesn't say use nuclear bomb on Israel. Guys, this is such a good way to show you that the goal is the United States, right? Because it doesn't say we need a nuclear bomb so we could use it on Israel. It says we need to test our bomb on Israel because the goal is United States.
And take a look at this one, Armin. Let's take a look at this one. At the same time that they want to build nukes and they want to dig 5,000 graves in the desert for American soldiers, the regime supporters themselves are realizing that something has quietly happened in Iran that is scarier than inflation. People are erasing the future from their plans. They are not planning a trip for next year. They're not planning a baby in the next few years. They're not even planning to buy furniture. Inflation has not only raised prices, it has shortened the calendar of life. Yet, that's something that they realize themselves. And again, I only see messages like this from regime supporters in the last couple of weeks when the economic hardships have reached even them. People who are generally a bit more well off because they've been siphoning off and stealing the money of the Iranian people. Even they are realizing, oh my God, now it's changing. Do you know why this pisses me off? Is because this has not been just the past few months for the Iranian people. This has been a reality for many decades, for many people. The fact that they're saying this now, they're reaching the suffering that the Iranian people had decades ago, just now. That's how good they had it. Let's take a look at this one. This one you're going to enjoy. In fact, can you read this in Farsi? Because this is more for you. I want you to read this so you can enjoy it.
Okay, thank you. من قبلا فکر می‌کردم سلطنت طلبان خارج نشین احمق و متوهم هستند. ولی از وقتی با پدیده کامنت خانی آشنا شدم فهمیدم ارزش‌های طرفدار جمهوری اسلامی خیلی 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 احمق‌تر و متوهم‌تر از سلطنت طلبان خارج نشین هستند. All right. So this guy, who's a jihadi pro-Islamic regime person, he's saying, I used to think that Iranian monarchists who live outside of Iran are delusional and stupid, right? But, oh yeah, there we go. But since I became familiar with the phenomenon of reading comments, I realized that this is a thing I could do, basically. I realized that the values, well, actually go to the Persian because the English translation is wrong. Yeah.
The regime supporters. Oh.
So he's saying Arzashia means the jihadis, like the people who are ideological. But ever since I started reading comments, I realized that the supporters, that the jihad, like Islamic supporters of the regime, are much, much, much more stupid and delusional than the monarchists, the diaspora monarchist people. Okay.
Yeah. So we got the spectrum of the jihadis who support the Islamic Republic.
Right. So he says our people here, like, this is why we can't have nice things. He's saying our people are dumber. Like, he's reading the comments from the people on his own side, and he's like, you guys are so dumb. We deserve what's happening to us. Right?
And
like this guy in the chat, like this Jew hater in the chat saying, I love jihad. That's what he's talking about. This comment is about
talking
him.
about you.
Yeah, he's talking about you. Oh wait, somebody's
so that's the rift that we're seeing. We talked about this so much. There's the Islamic supporters of the regime, then there's the government supporters of the Islamic Republic. Like the hardcore Durkas, then you have the Durkas that support the government. And the people who support the government are vastly unpopular right now. This is what that person's referring to. Let's take a look at the next one. What does this person have to say to us? Oh no, it's another regime supporter. All right, let's see what his plan is to get out of this. Saying, why doesn't the Islamic Republic do anything? Does our government want to stay under siege? Now is the time to strike every ship in the Strait of Hormuz and the Sea of Oman, even ships from Arab countries, because they all want to destroy us, so we must react. Do it, please. Put this guy in charge of the IRGC Navy right now. Please, hit every ship. Everything you see, just hit it. See what happens. And our next one here. If you guys remember, the central bank head of the Islamic Republic came out a couple of days ago and said, we're screwed, basically. He said, we're not making any money. We didn't get any frozen assets. I can't do anything as the head of the central bank because I don't have money to work with. It's all going down. And he's getting a lot of flack for that. His goal was to say all that and say, so we need to go towards a negotiation. So some people pushed him up on the stage and they're like, hey, say that. So you get all the flack. The regime supporters talked about it. And they're saying the fact that the head of our central bank came to an interview and said that we're not selling any oil and we don't have any dollars, that's laying the groundwork for the next step in the surrender process. Khatami, who's an ex-president and he's trying to be like pro-negotiation right now, Khatami and others have also come in with all their might to justify this surrender. We will probably soon hear the words, there is nothing that can be done, and we must come to terms with it from various aspects of the Islamic Republic, loud and clear and in unison. But with these difficult conditions of the siege, there are alternative operational solutions, and a significant part can be compensated if they want. This is a regime supporter who realizes that they're heading towards negotiations with the Islamic Republic, but is trying to say that's not our only option. What's their other option, Armin, instead of coming to the negotiating table?
Bomb everything in sight.
Yeah. And that'll just make everything worse.
Well, it can't get worse than this. Right. It's really bad.
So, remember when I told you guys that the Islamic Republic isn't reporting on how Trump said he's going to conduct economic D-Day on the Islamic Republic? They're not reporting that. They're actually whitewashing it in their own words and making it seem a lot downplayed. Then another person is saying the normalization of the blockade at home will lead to the birth of a new tool for creating divisions within the country. And this will engineer future elections in Iran, which will create a bipolar blockade removal axis. Okay. So they're saying that pretty much what's going to happen now is that the next elections for the presidency and officials will be centered around remove the blockade or not remove the blockade. Those are going to be the two polarizing groups here. Basically, if we don't want to remove the blockade, that means negotiation with America. Remove the blockade means go to war with all the countries in the Middle East and try to escalate things. So they're waking up and realizing that they're consistently making the wrong decisions, which has led them to this, dead end here, lose-lose situation. The second part of the message is just, hey, past elections were about, sanctions, hijab, things like that. But now we're going to be talking about blockade or not blockade. That's generally the discussions that are taking place within the Islamic Republic. And that ends the allogram section.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.